Hi, Coach. Tough loss to PCC tonight. A great crowd, a great game, but unfortunately couldn't get the win tonight. What are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I think it's really simple for us. Is what I told our team. There was 3 areas we played at a high level overall, but there were 3 areas that we let ourselves down. Free throws, we couldn't make free throws, and for whatever reason, we're a pretty good free throw shooting team if you look at our stats, and I think we were 54% tonight on free throws. We left 11 of them there at the charity stripe, and you just make a few of those, and we're a lot closer at the end of the game. It's a different game. Rebounds, we gave up at least 19 offensive rebounds, and that's been a struggle all year, and so it's nothing new, but really hurt us tonight. There were several possessions. We played great defense and then just got devastated by giving up an offensive rebound. You've got to finish the play and get that offensive rebound. And then that third area obviously is turnovers, and that's the big one. But any one of those areas, if we're better in one of those areas, we probably win the game. Any 2 of those areas, we win by 10. Any 3 of those areas, I think we win by 20 or more. It's what I told the team, and I really feel like that. But obviously, we have those things to work on. But you take those 3 areas away, we played some really good defense a lot of times, and played at a high level in a lot of other areas of the game. So in some ways, it is not a fun. I can't handle losing in some ways. I don't like to lose, but when you look at that and say, okay, we got to fix this, it's not easy, but it's kind of simple to understand and go, okay, here's where we need to improve, and so we'll get better because of that.
And Coach, you talked about the 3 areas, the free throws, rebounding, and turnovers. Do you think the reason why the team didn't perform as well in those areas tonight was maybe the crowd noise, just a big crowd, high-pressure game, the rivalry game? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it definitely could be. I mean, it was a great crowd. We loved having the crowd. It gives a lot of energy to the team, a lot of energy to the space, and it's a fun atmosphere. And overall, it was a good game. It was a good game of basketball. There's 2 teams that were really pretty good teams, and going back and forth. Obviously, the stretch in the third quarter hurt us. It's a 2-point game. All of a sudden, it's a 15-point game, and we've got to claw our way back. But could be, some of that. We've got freshmen out there playing. You never know how things are going to affect them, but in some ways you've got to take the good with the bad, and as they mature as a basketball player, they're gonna really grow into those good areas and accentuate those and make those positives even bigger, and then they're going to limit those negatives as they get older and more mature as a college basketball player. So but overall, I mean, just going out there and competing the way they did, I was proud of them. I was happy with our team, the way they competed. Obviously, just want to fix those areas, and that's my job to figure out how and why.
And going off that, the turnovers specifically, it seemed like Pensacola was running some sort of a press tonight. Were you able to identify that? If so, what kind of press was it? Are there things maybe in practice you could work on in order to have the team ready to beat something like that going forward?
Yeah, so they don't run a structured press. It's more of a jump, opportunistic jump and trap. But and I felt like, depending on the personnel that were in the game and who gets the ball in which position is big for us. So we've got some players that maybe dribbling is not their forte, and as long as they don't try to do too much, they're fine. Early on, we had some trying to do too much probably against it, and we talk about that a lot, but we press a little bit ourselves, and I feel like for the most part we don't fear a press. We kind of like it if a team's going to pressure us, and we saw that as the game progressed. I mean, we fouled out 4 of their 5 starters, and so we did some good things, obviously, but handling that pressure definitely got to us. The big thing that we talked about ahead of time, and I think the area we struggled, when you beat the first level of defense, so you break through the double team and then you're pounding the ball down the court, what are you going to do next? And that's where that level of maturity comes. Do we come to a 2-footed stop? Do we see the floor? So that's the things that we need to work on and improve. So, and it honestly helps. We'll look at it on film, and people learn different ways. We do work on it in practice, obviously, but then some of us like to see it on film. Some of us will learn better just watching and diagramming it out, and then obviously we'll be doing it and actually practicing it. So, definitely wasn't pleased with how we handled the pressure all the time. I felt like we did make a change right at the end of the first quarter that really helped us. I think we did it mentally. We also did a couple things strategically that helped us handle the pressure better. So, but we had us at 33 turnovers, and you just can't win against a quality team. Pensacola is a really good team. They're third in the nation ranking, and so for us to be there with them just shows us what we can do. We eliminate any one of those three areas, and we're right there.
One more question for you, Coach. At the beginning of the game and the beginning of the first half, it seemed like you guys started a little bit slower. Is that something that you think you could fix in practice, or can you just talk a little bit about maybe the girls being ready to go as the game starts? I know maybe it took them a little bit to get going. Obviously, with the crowd, they came alive. You could see it later on in both halves. But do you think that's something as well that you could fix with the errors as turnovers and free throws, as you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, probably. Traditionally, I think this season we've been slow starting in the first quarter, and we've had really good third quarters. I think tonight was the antithesis of that. Maybe we started out okay. Shea, I thought, started really strong, had a really good first quarter, kept up the pressure all game. I think she rebounded pretty well. So she started the game for us well. Yeah, it's no secret. We've got two key players in Grayson and Delaney that are playing in their fifth and sixth year. And it was a struggle for Grayson just to get in rhythm. She did a great job coming through it, but she had to fight through a foul trouble the entire game. So it's hard for her to get into rhythm and have a real impactful game when she's sitting the bench. I don't even know how many minutes she had, but it wasn't a lot. Yeah, we've got her down for 16 minutes. So that was a struggle. So she's coming in cold in the third quarter. She hasn't played much in the second quarter because of having 3 fouls. So a lot of factors could go into that. That hasn't been a traditional problem for us this year, so probably not something we'll focus on going forward. But in that stretch, when we look at it, we're going to see turnovers and rebounds really hurt us. And so, I look at their stats. It looks like we held them to 18% shooting from the three-point line. They're a really good three-point shooting team. They've got 3 or 4 that are really high percentage shooters, and they didn't go off on us tonight. Overall, we held them to 36%. That's really good defense. The problem was, I haven't even looked at this, but yeah, they took 72 shots and we took 51 shots, and that goes back to the offensive rebounds and then turnovers. And so, number 3 team in the nation, and we gave up 21 shots advantage to them. You let them shoot 21 more times than you, and probably not good things are going to come as a result. And so those are the things we'll focus on going forward. But the positive side that we'll take away is we know what we can fix, and we control that. And so we've just got to do our part in controlling that.
Perfect. You got another big South Region game on Tuesday against Tacoma Falls. Excited to see, what y'all bring on Tuesday night as well.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we'll see where we go. But our theme the entire year, get better tomorrow. I think we're going to be better because of this game. We'll learn from it. We'll grow. We'll get better. And I still think we got a long ways to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.